At what point in time did you start to monetize or start having the mastermind, the different programs?
Trying to think. So the first thing I did was I built a free mastermind, and then it got big enough.
Was it early on?
This was early. This was within 2 or 3 months of the channel. You know, when I had like 500-600 subs or whatever it is, and I just was like, I reached out to people. I emailed them directly. Like, yo, thanks for watching. Anyone who's subbed. I mean, this is, when you have that small numbers, you can just literally do that. Or if you're running your own operation, like you just pay somebody to do it. Hit up each sub and ask them, you know, to join. Also ask them what their issues are. So, you know, now you're basing your videos off of what the market wants and not what you think in your head, which is like the biggest rookie move. Like 90% of people early on of entrepreneurs, they fuck up because they mess up. That's how I'm a rapper. They mess up because they do videos that they think that they want to see, but who knows if, you know, 1,000 or 100,000 people want to see it. I personally would love to make more Jay-Z videos, but the youngins don't really like
Jay-Z.
Not really.
They want something like
they want
Balina or
Migos and all this, which I'm down with. But you know, anyway, started with that free thing, free mastermind, so that I'm able to see what they really want, what their issues are, and also so I can build some like not value, but sort of like chops, like stripes. I can say, well, I've coached 50 people, even though I've coached 50 people free. I've coached people.
Still coaching.
Right. Like I can legitimately say that I coached people in Europe just because I had a Dutch 17-year-old like let me coach him. So I did that. Once there was enough interest and the group was good enough, I decided to make 2 different ones. So I was like, all right, anyone who's really serious, I'm taking it to the next level. We have this other group, which at the time was 17 a month, you know, but I got, 5 or 6 people down. So then, you know, once I knew, I was like, I know somebody will pay for my services, and, you know, rap coaching isn't as crazy as we think. Once I knew that, after...
Wait, what? So that was a tipping point?
Yeah, at least mentally, emotionally, because the whole point before that, the idea of coaching somebody and somebody paying you to learn how to rap, unless you're Lil Wayne or somebody, just sounds ridiculous, right?
So was there a sweet spot in terms of the number of people in that group where you're like, okay, you know what, let me start charging for this now?
Good question. I think 20.
20?
Yeah. And I mean,
so the first 20 were the lucky ones, right?
Yeah, they were lucky. And unfortunately, like, you learn a lot in business, like, sometimes people don't respect free shit, you know, and free stuff. So people don't respect, you know, that free stuff. So, you know, now I'm very cold-blooded about it. I'm like
right?
Yeah. And of course, you still want to build a lot of value with free content like you're doing with your channel, like I do. But just being very aware of once you start to do coaching and your personal time and energy, you know, you really want to be like, it's better to charge more and have less clients. Because it's also emotionally tough. You know?
Man, yeah. Because I know the same thing kind of happened with me when I was doing my business on the side, right?
Right.
After a while, it kind of comes to a point where it's just better to charge more and have fewer clients. Because you're making the same money, but you have less clients, right? So less work in a way and more free time.
Right, exactly. And you're working with the higher, honestly, usually the higher the cost is, the better the client. Right. I'm not saying all rich people are awesome.
But good quality clients.
Yeah, exactly.
Kind of respect your craft.
Right, exactly. Because it's like, you know, you're going to eat a meal that you paid $1,000 for with a lot more, like, appreciate the chef's work than McDonald's, even if they taste relatively the same.
Right, yeah.
Terrible example, but you know what I'm saying.
All right, so let's kind of get into you as a person.